Welcome everybody to Supercrouchcast number 6. And now, here's your host, PSP!
What's up everybody? Welcome to Legends of the Hidden Temple. Olmec, what do you got to say about for us today? Remember to go up the ladder, and then down the stairs. And don't get your ass kicked in the shrine of the Silver Monkey. You guys ever watch that show? That was my favorite show.
Yeah, that was a show.
Hell yeah.
I wanted to be Olmec, I wanted
They
to be
should
that
bring
guy.
games like that back. Shows like that back.
Seriously, I think they have them, but they're just everybody's good. What's up everybody? Welcome to Supercrouchcast number 6. I am Patrick St. Pierre, aka Pretty Smooth Flying Fox, and that was K-Smiz. Thanks for the intro, man. You'll be our announcer.
Not a problem at all. I appreciate it. Anytime. Good luck, guys. Have fun.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for streaming. Also, we have, as always, your man, known only as Russo. What's going on this week, man?
What up, it's Russo. It's E3 week, and it's also June 16th currently, so when you guys get this in a couple days, you know when it takes place. Last day of E3.
Last day of E3, yeah. Super hyped. A lot of information. I mean, like, I'm hyped for a lot of it, but I'm also, just a lot of information. I think I need to digest a little bit, but we shall discuss. We also got our man from the West Coast. We got Q. What's going on, man?
What up, what up? It's Q, West Coast style, homie.
Yeah, Q's getting E3 from, as it comes out. We're a couple hours behind, but Q's getting it right away. So what's up, guys? Have you guys been following everything? I know I've been watching all the bigger conferences. Russo, I know you've been watching a lot of the Rooster Teeth. Are you pretty much following it only through that?
Yeah, that I followed all of E3 through the Rooster Teeth conferences, or not conferences, but the whole interview process of talking to all the developers and all the projects that are going on.
Yeah, pretty amazing. I started off like trying to just look for shit like around, and looking at all the conferences and things like that, but I kind of just figured to watch Rooster Teeth in the end because they have everything pretty consolidated. Yeah.
They're going to have the no articles after, which are just going to have everything you need to know.
Which is, yeah, everything you need to know. Yeah, I'm loving all those interviews with the developers. That's kind of like the coolest thing ever. I'd like to have their jobs one day, if I'll be honest.
Oh yeah,
with
that'd be awesome.
you. That'd be amazing. They just like literally get to sit around and bullshit all day. Actually, we're gonna save this for the end, but it's funny. I was watching something with the interview, like I think it was the patch or something like that, and
Yep.
Gavin and Bernie, they were playing Battlefield 1, and I guess Wiz Khalifa and Snoop Dogg were there just passing the joint around.
Yep.
Bernie got a contact high, and I'm just like, that'd be the best day ever. And that's while they're sitting around just like getting smashed during their podcasts.
They're like, how did he even get that in there?
Yeah. But I mean, it's kind of as part of his persona. It's like if Donald
If
Trump
you're
didn't
Snoop
have
Dogg,
his wig,
you find a way.
Yeah, well, I'm sure
You don't
it's
just not let Snoop Dogg do that.
well, you know how everybody's got their like show thing, like Madonna's like, I only want blue M&Ms, and Cher is like, I want 14 Mars bars, and like all this weird stuff set up. I'm sure Snoop Dogg is like, I need 4 joints rolled for me at all times.
Yeah.
Anything less than 4, and I won't show up to the show. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, word, man. E3 news. Speaking of Battlefield 1, we got some Battlefield 1 gameplay. Tell us about this Zeppelin you're so excited about.
It looked awesome. It's kind of similar to AC-130 in Battlefield 3, and I don't know if 4 had that. But what happens is Battlefield is all about like longer, close games. So, you could spend maybe like 20 minutes on a smaller map just pushing one hallway, and both teams are just exchanging fire, and you get stuck like that. Those are the more interesting games. The games where, one team just destroys another one and spawn camps them the whole game, that's really boring. So Battlefield, they're trying to keep that like close game gameplay just as a more regular thing. So on certain maps, there will be a Zeppelin, kind of like the gunship, that'll fly over, and it'll be on the losing team's side. So I'm sure you probably have to be losing by a certain amount. It's not going to be like, 1-0, and then they all of a sudden have a Zeppelin. Yeah. And the thing is, you're able to shoot the Zeppelin down just like any other air vehicle. So, using rockets or whatever they had in World War I, throwing rocks at it at this point, you can take the thing down.
It's really
and the
appropriate.
whole giant thing just crashes down on buildings, on everything, and it just deforms the map completely. And now there's a giant shipwreck in the middle of the map.
That's awesome.
That's one thing I love about Battlefield is the fact that the maps are like completely destructible and rechangeable by your actions and shit like that, as opposed to the Call of Duty where you can't really do anything like that.
Mm-hmm. I remember playing Shanghai in Battlefield 4. There's that huge tower in the middle, and if the objective is too hard to take, from either jumping out of helicopters and landing on it, or taking the elevator up, which that's always the worst when someone's just waiting on the other side of the elevator. You know what? Just take the whole building down, and now the objective's on the ground. That was awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was hearing from people that you'll start out and everything's kind of looks like they're all in place, and you got all your set pieces there, and you got your buildings and all that, and then slowly by the end of the game, everything's just all the walls are sort of leaning to the side because everything's getting wrecked. All the foundations of everything
destroyed.
is just
If there are walls, they're leaning
That's
over.
amazing. Yeah, right. And that's so appropriate what you're saying about Battlefield. I was wondering, I was really scared that Battlefield 1 was going to be super boring and it would just be very limited, but it seems like they're getting really creative with the medium. And it's obviously it's military, but it's military fantasy, right? Everybody's super
The
overpowered.
gameplay looked awesome though. It looked really good.
It looks really beautiful.
Yeah, I wasn't looking forward to it until I saw that gameplay, and now I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, ditto. I mean, because World War I wasn't that fancy, but I'm into what they've done to make it, make it a fully fledged game.
From what I learned with watching the E3 conference, not the conference, just the interviews, they were talking to one of the developers, and they asked him if he knew anything, that he learned anything that had to do with World War One by developing this game and doing their research. And it turns out in World War One, it was the last time a soldier was killed by a lance in battle on horseback.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. So they still had that back then.
At the end of the trailer,
Not in the
they're
game,
freaking they're horses. I was wondering if that would even work out, with all the vehicles and things like that, because I know Battlefield does a lot of big vehicle gameplay. Would horses really matter? Do you think that's a valid way of playing the game? Getting on top of a horse?
It could get you from point A to point B. I mean, they had those bikes. Those things were a death wish if you actually tried to do anything with it. But if you need to get to that objective quick, a horse would probably help.
Right. I mean, if you're trying to go MLG, you really want to get your montage video out, do it on horseback.
Horse kills.
Everybody watch that. Yeah, horse kills.
Yeah.
There has to be an achievement for that.
Yeah.
Get it, lance somebody on a horse. That's pretty amazing. Well, I'm looking forward to that. I'm not really into war games, like traditional war games at all, but Battlefield 1 looks like it's up my alley. It's just about fantasy enough, I think. So,
Hugh, you're on the stream right now.
Yeah.
All right, cool. You're playing.
okay. So let's talk about the Microsoft conference. I mean, we talked a little bit about it last time in the last podcast, and so we got the Xbox One S and the Scorpio confirmed. We got crossplay through your PC, which is
Exciting.
something that I've been wanting forever. We got Gears of War and we got old man Marcus Phoenix. So, what are you guys the most excited about the Xbox conference? I mean, I know that I was really bored with
Scorpio.
with Xbox. I'm really liking the crossplay. I think that's
that's amazing too. That's number 2 for me.
Yeah, I don't know. The Scorpio looks good, but like I said before, I think I'll probably end up getting the Scorpio. Honestly, mostly because you guys are getting it, and I want to play whatever games we're playing, together. But I'm gonna definitely get the PlayStation. We'll get into Sony's conference later. But I'm really digging the crossplay because I'm there have been so many times when I had to bring my entire Xbox over to your house, Russo, when I wanted to play. When I go over to Sam's, I think I said this before in the last podcast. When I go over to Sam's family's house,
Sam's brother.
Sam's brother's got an Xbox. I'm like, man, I wish we could play some Overwatch or something like that together. Well, now we can, and that sounds amazing to me. So, but you guys are into the
Coming
Scorpio,
this
right?
fall.
Why? What's so exciting about the Scorpio?
The power and the possibility for VR. After seeing all the other things at E3, which we'll get into, VR I'm excited for.
Yeah. I guess, okay, better question then. What games are you looking forward to on the Xbox that are going to have VR? Because I'm not
Resident
really...
Evil.
I don't really care. That's going to be pretty awesome in terms of the...
Would you
That's
play
gonna be great.
Destiny in VR, Pat?
No.
I don't see the point in that. I think
Nah, yeah,
if the game became different and like
much
there
slower
was,
paced.
yeah, way slower pace. I don't know if I could keep
I
up.
mean,
Like
walking
the
around the
Well,
tower
maybe,
would probably be fun.
well, maybe
right,
come Destiny 2. Who knows? Because that's gonna be Destiny 2 comes out, Scorpio time. So who knows?
true, true. You're right. I just hope that doesn't ruin the game. See, here's my thing: is that you got this new technology here, but you got games that I love already, right? I got like a game like Skyrim. It's much slower paced, and it's a single player only game. So I'm
What
totally
about
down for
Skyrim
that.
Remastered?
Yeah, it's gonna
Ooh,
look
what about
beautiful in
Dark
VR.
Souls VR?
No, that
Hmm.
doesn't make any sense. It's a third person game. That'd be terrible. I think it'd be unplayable. But if you played, yeah, see, I don't think it could work. Like, I think if you did Dark Souls with VR, it would basically just be Skyrim, but way, way harder, and people wouldn't play it.
Hmm.
I think if you had
I could only imagine
imagine yourself
these
dying
like
that many times.
yeah, but these games that we can play currently in two dimensional, playing that in VR would take so much longer because you're just stopping to stare at everything.
True. I think
Yeah,
if there were VR modes where like you were saying, like spectator modes, like okay, let's go to the tower and do all our HUD stuff. Let's do all our picking up of things. Um, then fine, but I don't think all games would translate that well. Like
definitely not.
my only fear about VR, and like I don't I think VR is going to be amazing. And I've been looking forward to it for a very long time since basically I was a kid. Like the holodecks, in Star Trek. Like I wanted this for a long
Yeah,
time, and really, Sword Art Online. If you ever seen that anime, like I want that in real life. I want to be able to
That's
immerse myself in
exactly
MMO.
why I do not really want to try VR. I'm cool.
because
You
you
think
get
you get
sucked in.
stuck in it?
Yeah, I'm not trying to get stuck in it, man.
Well, I don't think we have
Well,
full
there was a
dive.
guy that spent 3 days in the Oculus Rift and was totally fine.
Really? Yeah, but it's not
Hmm.
full dive. Like he could always take the helmet off. It's not like it's gonna microwave his brain.
But he didn't for 3 days.
Maybe his brain is already microwaved, and that's why he did
Yeah.
it. Maybe he should probably like lay off for a while, like everything. Um, but what was I saying? Um, yeah, my only thing that I'm nervous about is that there's gonna be this boom of VR games that is just like the boom of gray military style fighters or like really gray action games.
Hmm.
Where that's the trend and that's just what we're going to be doing and that's it. And like no other games are going to be coming out except for VR games. That makes me a little bit nervous. Just like
Yeah,
hero
like a
shooters right
drought.
now. Yeah, like hero games right now are going to be the biggest thing and like a lot of them are good,
Hmm.
but I'm nervous for the bad ones to start coming around where everybody's trying it. Like Quake.
But I'm
You
also
guys
excited for the good ones.
Yeah, totally. Quake's coming out, and they're like, it's a hero shooter, and I'm like, oh, it's more of an arena shooter. It's more like Doom.
Yeah.
Bethesda, put out, but Bethesda is the ones that put out Doom. So I'm like, all right, let's see what you do. Don't try to copy Overwatch. Just do me a favor and don't do it because it's already the best one. So
Hmm.
come up with your own concept. So is anyone getting the Xbox Slim though?
Everybody's just trying to chase what's selling right now, though.
Sure, that's the market, right?
Hmm.
That's a market, and in a saturated market, you're gonna get. I think you're gonna get a lot of bad and a few really a few gems that are always gonna stick out, and that's fine with
Yeah.
me.
And as far as far as the VR, I think most developers and games, I don't think everybody's gonna do the VR because like you're saying, like how I was saying, like do Dark Souls, certain games aren't gonna work with VR, so they're not gonna even try it. So I don't think there's gonna be an influx of just nothing but VR trend because all these games aren't gonna work in VR.
I'd love to play Mirror's Edge in VR.
That'd be amazing.
Hmm.
And I
With
wonder,
all
I
the
wonder
times you
if
fall off a building.
I wonder if like indie developers are gonna go to like the way the technology is right now. Like a game like Destiny takes so many resources, but that was the same back in the Super Nintendo when they made Super Mario Brothers, right? That took so many resources to make, so many people, so much manpower. So I wonder
Hmm.
if indie developers are going to start having the power of games like Destiny or Overwatch, and that's what we'll see in the future. I'm thinking really far ahead right now, but like super meta. What I wonder if VR is going to be the normal, and now these like third person sort of games are going to be up to the indie developers. I'm interested to see
Hmm.
what the future on
Yeah, we'll
that is.
definitely
But
see. I'm excited, but
yeah,
we'll see
are
how
you
it
guys
goes.
are you guys going to be getting the? Is anybody getting Gears 4? Because I've played all the Gears and I'm kind of a huge fan of it.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
get
I've
it.
played them all
I'll play
except for the one that was bird only or bird followed.
Oh yeah,
Bear.
Judgment.
Frosty Hair. But yeah, I didn't play that one. I didn't get that one. I didn't care about that one. But 1 through 3, I played. I loved, and I'm definitely getting 4. And
Mm.
as far as the Xbox Slim, I'm probably gonna get the 2 terabyte one.
Gotcha. Oh, you're gonna go for it. You're gonna sell your Xbox One?
Yeah, I'll probably trade it in, sell it, and then pay the difference for the 2 terabyte. Just because,
Gotcha.
Why, you just want the more
I,
memory?
yeah, I don't have space right now. Like I'm always constantly deleting um games to add new stuff, and I have an Amazon uh what is it? In my cart, I
Prime.
have a an external hard drive, a 1 terabyte hard drive that's $99, but I figure, why not just, upgrade the entire Xbox, a slimmer system, with the 2 terabytes in it,
You know what the cost difference on that is? You
of
think it'll
what?
be about the same? Getting the terabyte hard drive versus actually just getting a whole new Xbox.
The cost difference doesn't matter to me. I just figure I'll just get the new Xbox. I've had this one since it pretty much came out, so I'll get that one, and I won't sell the Xbox S when I get the Scorpio. So then I'll have the 2 Xboxes at that point in time.
Gotcha.
You have a Kinect, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's a major drawback, I think. Just the fact that you need the adapter to use your Kinect.
That's an extra $50, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you don't mind, you don't mind. That's cool. But why would you have 2 Xboxes?
Hmm.
For the chicks.
Just cause.
Yeah. Just 'cause.
Just to show off. I mean, if you had like my dream in life would be to have like a game room where I had 3 or 4 screens set up with like 3 or 4 Xboxes, and I could just have my friends come over and play all the time.
Yeah.
I see. My ultimate game room, my guy room or whatever it's called, man cave, is having all games like from pinball to poker to pool, and then having like the 64 section, the NES section, the Genesis section, the Dreamcast section, the Sony 1, 2, 3, 4, the Xbox, like everything scattered across. So whatever you want to play, it's there. I want to build the library and everything. I think Russo's already beating me on that with his library
Yeah, he
games,
is.
but
Yeah, he is. He's got an entire
that's
wall.
what my plan is. Yeah, I want to have like a game room with every system possible. You want to play billiards? Go ahead. Darts? Go ahead. Pinball? Go ahead. Cards? Go
You're gonna
ahead.
have
I look
one hell of a
forward to
light
seeing
bulb,
that
my
on
friend.
MTV Cribs.
Yeah, seriously.
Hell yeah.
When you
Whenever
make
they
$1
bring
million,
that show back.
you're gonna have one hell of a light bill, my friend. All I want is a DDR machine. Ever since
Well,
I
it's
was
not
a
going to
kid,
be on
that's
at
all I
the
ever
same
wanted.
time.
Gavin Free and Meg have one.
Fuck them. I'm so envious of those two.
Yep.
Meg is super hot, so I'm envious of Gavin.
Yep.
And Gavin gets to play in slow motion all the time, so I'm envious of him. I really hate them. Like I hate them so much that I love them so much that I've come full
That I hate
circle and I hate them. Yeah.
So you'll kill them out of love.
Yeah, I would. Fucking John Lennon, those assholes. Just kidding. Too soon. Um,
Okay. All right, let's get back on track here.
I also
so
like
yeah.
the fact that this one ditches the external,
Controller
pack
that.
for the cord. It puts it on the inside, and then you're also able to stand this one up if you want to. So it gives it a
You're gonna have
different
to edit that. My
feng
controller down.
shui in your house.
Yeah, that was kind of annoying actually. I as soon as I took my Xbox out of the box, I was like, I like tried standing it up, and I was like, well, fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like a
that's
big
one.
ass
Damn it.
VCR.
Yeah, my 360 used to do that, and I was like, well, that's one bad feature. But I'm getting the PlayStation just because, again, I'm trying to hold off on the end when we have to the PlayStation part, but that's my plan. I think I'm gonna get the Scorpio. I don't know about that. I don't think I'm gonna. Guess you let me know what it's like. But let's talk about this Friday the 13th game. Like Evolve. I didn't check out the trailer. I saw the Jimquisition. He was talking about the Friday the 13th game, and at first it looks kind of like nasty and bloody. I think it's kind of screwed up to just be going around massacring people, even if you
Yeah,
are
it is pretty
a
violent.
demon spawn from hell. Remember that game Hatred?
Yeah.
Remember that controversy? It's basically that
Mhm.
game, except it's an iconic hero. Hatred is just
Yeah.
some asshole guy who went around and wanted to kill everybody. And Friday the 13th is the exact same thing, except now you're playing as Jason. So
But as in Hatred though, were the other players able to play as the other people trying to run from the hater guy?
Nope.
no, you're
And
just
that's what
killing
makes these two different.
random people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So explain this. Explain this like evolve thing to me. So it's like, are you only running? Is it like Juggernaut in Halo, where you got one guy that is the aggressor? Like we're playing hide and go seek today. It's one guy that's seeking and everybody else is hiding.
Yeah, pretty much. Where like in Evolve, you actually get to engage in combat
You
with
get to
the
fire back though. Yeah.
your enemy guy. In this one here, it's just all about using your strategy to try to escape or to capture him. I think the only person who gets to attack is the person playing Jason. However, I do think you get to have more people than just 3 or 4 people, as in as in Evolve. I think with this, they're trying to have the entire camp filled with playable people, and then one person being Jason
Gotcha.
as you're going
So
around the
where's the
camp.
fun in that? I feel like that'd get
I
really
don't
old
know.
fast. Like,
yeah,
It's why
just
people play
survive,
games
yeah.
like Outlast. You're not actually trying to fight the thing. You just have to survive.
Just 5, yeah.
sounds like fun. I don't know if that's worth $60 though. Like, is it gonna be $60? Like, is it gonna be a full game? I wonder what
Well, I
the
don't know.
campaign is gonna be like. And whatnot.
Right now, it's still in. I think if not pre-alpha, definitely alpha. So I think, and
I heard
they're
about
even
it a
have
while
a
ago.
Kickstarter still forward. So who knows if
Oh,
it's even
okay.
still going to
It's
be
like that
actually
indie.
made? Yeah.
They were
Gotcha.
interviewing somebody about it on the last Indoor Kids episode that they had.
Gotcha. Well, good luck to that. I mean, that sounds like fun. I would play the shit out of that with you guys. Let's see what happens. If it's a Kickstarter game, then I assume it's gonna be pretty low key, which I kind of like. Like sometimes Kickstarter games, like we were talking about Star Citizen a couple of podcasts ago, like that looks amazing, but it's going to be so amazing, and that's one of those sort of outliers that got so much money. But that also means A, we're never gonna get the stupid game because it's taking so much to develop, and B, it's just so big. I kind of like when games stay humble, when games are a little bit, even
Yeah.
if it's a little glitchy, it's like whatever. It was crowdfunded, so a couple guys in their basement tried to figure this out, and they ended up getting it done. So let's see what happens with Friday the 13th. I mean, I'm interested in playing it when it comes out.
And I wonder if Jason's going to get nerfed too, because right now it seems like he's just. I know he's invincible. He's supposedly in the movies, but as it is now, you can literally like scan the entire map to see where people are, and then
I was seeing
teleport like right behind them or in front of them, stuff like that. But if you get caught as the other person, you get like to struggle, and you can break away and run away. If you break away, you get a chance to run away. So
Gotcha.
there's that. But the fact that Jason can just pretty much teleport anywhere, like right in front of you and behind you, it's kind of like wow. So the thing
Yeah.
is, you really have to stay in a group and just really strategize.
I mean, to me, that would be the dopest game ever for VR. Like, if you could play, if you
That
like,
would be good.
we all had VR headsets, right? And then we like rolled the dice to see who's Jason, and everybody else
Hell
just
yeah.
had to run for their lives. That'd be amazing.
That'd be dope. Yeah.
I would love to play Drunk Friday the 13th, where every time you get caught, you gotta drink. And every time someone breaks through your struggle and you don't kill them, and you don't destroy your friends and like rip their brains out, you also have to take a shot. We'll see. Speaking of VR, we got a Minecraft VR coming out. Is anybody excited for that? Because I'm like I'm still on the Minecraft hype train. I took a break from it. We were playing a lot of Minecraft on our channel, on Supercrouchjump rather, Twitch channel. But I'm super hyped for this and the friendly update, because all of this stuff is going to be working together. We're going to be able to play. This is crossplay is one of my favorite things ever. That's going to be the new technology of video games, because I could play on my iPad and still play with you guys on your Xbox. I could be playing on my PC and be playing with someone on the iPad. What do you guys think about that? I'm so hyped for that. I don't know you guys are into Minecraft necessarily.
Yeah, I guess a little bit. I know they were working on the pairing Minecraft with Oculus, and then Notch got really pissed off when Oculus got bought by Facebook, and he said he wouldn't work with them. But now it's owned by Microsoft, and yeah, that'd be cool. But
Wait, Facebook
I
sold
don't know.
it to
I'm a little burnt out of
Microsoft?
No, Minecraft is owned by Microsoft.
Gotcha. But the Oculus is still owned by Facebook.
Oculus is Facebook. Yeah.
Gotcha.
But so both of those companies changed hands, so that problem just completely doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
I'm a little excited for it. I'm a little burnt out of Minecraft lately. We got all the achievements, and after that, I just completely crashed on it until I guess the next update, and then we'll definitely go back and do it and have another huge Minecraft stream week or something.
Yeah, my thing is that like I could see Minecraft being bigger in our stream and like being more excited about it. If we advertise a little bit more and get more people in on there. Sometimes we get like randos that just kind of ruin the city. And I'd love to have a community there. And I think that like would be a really nice goal to have. But for me, Minecraft is way more chill than that. Like I like having my own little world and having people hop in and out of it. And like literally right before bed, I'm literally lying down there like next to Sam, just like right before I rest my head, and I'm just, screwing around in my little world. It's something to do that's way more chill. Or when I'm like, checking my email at a Starbucks or something like that, I hop into Minecraft and play. And what's frustrating is that I can't play with you guys when you're on. I have to sit in front of my Xbox, and that's just not a game that I find. I'd rather be playing Destiny or something, or Dark Souls on my Xbox, So, I don't know.
Well, they just added that whole crossplay, too, with it.
Yeah, that's
also.
what I'm saying. That's really
so
awesome.
You can be playing on your
That'd be
phone,
this fall.
and I can be, on my Xbox. That's
Yeah.
exciting. They
Yeah,
had
I
the
think-
girl, I forgot her name. She's like the my Mojang press person, and she was really excited, and she was like, dropped a diamond for the guy on her iPad, and she was like, you got to get those Xbox achievements on an
Oh,
iPad.
yeah, yeah.
Like, just had the cringiest face ever. It was really funny.
Yeah, that's your like dream girl right there, right, Russo?
She's
like,
cute.
on the Minecraft. Yeah, she was so hype about that achievement. I'm like, yeah, it's so funny that you say that. You're exactly who I thought about. I was like, wow, Russo's so giddy right now about that shit.
Yep. Yep.
That is fantastic. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna be on Minecraft a lot more once that drops. I would love to be playing my own little world on my iPad and see you guys pop in and out. That'd be awesome. And as far as Minecraft VR goes, yeah, I think I'm definitely interested to see. I don't think it's gonna capture me that much. I'm not that much into it, like you said, but we'll see. Fractured but whole gameplay. Main dude has more powers. Oh yeah,
You're saying it
this
wrong.
is
Fractured
fractured-
butthole.
Butthole.
There's a
That's
pause in
Fractured
there.
but whole.
Fractured butthole. Fractured butthole is one of.
I am
Russo's
very
favorite
excited
things
about
coming
this.
out. Did you beat the stick of truth? Can you tell us what happens at the end?
Yeah, I beat the stick of truth. A whole lot of shit happens
I
at the end.
watched.
Morgan Freeman's there. It's just crazy what happens. But the last one, I didn't expect much from it because I don't know. It was a South Park game. Yeah, whatever. It was awesome, amazing game. I'm really excited for the new one. The whole idea is the last one was all Lord of the Rings themed, and this one they completely abandoned that. So the king ship that your main guy has gotten in the last game, now they're playing a different game and they're playing superheroes. So that completely amounts to nothing, and you have to start over again.
That's awesome. I mean, they
But
can do what they want.
The
Like, they're always playing
shenanigans,
pretend, right?
yeah.
Is it literally
Yeah.
pretend, or are they like? Do they have to like? Is it like sort of a meta game? Because I've only seen a few clips of that game, only from what you're playing, and usually it was like in the middle of the game. But is it like meta to the point where, like the Rugrats, where they're imagining things, but it's happening to them for real, but it's not actually
Yes
happening?
and
to them?
no.
Okay.
So in the last one, like UFOs came and invaded. That actually happened. Nazi zombies came and attacked. Like that actually happened in the real world. But these kids are still like pretending, and the adults are all like stupid. So all that stuff kind of gets overlooked. Like they were, the UFO crashed into the mall that they were building. And everyone's like, what is this? What is this? And then they're like, oh, it's just a construction project. We're building a new Taco Bell. And everyone's like, yay, Taco Bell. So it's just obviously ridiculous, but it's just such a great story. It's so funny that I can't wait.
Weren't they talking about a South Park MMO a long time ago? Wasn't there one? Or something like that? I heard rumors a long time ago.
I remember hearing about that. I don't know. I think that actually happened, but don't quote me on that.
It might have actually happened
I
and
know.
nobody played it.
Hmm.
you
But
gonna say?
fractured butthole, like they try to push the even They like to find where the line is and then take one step over it. I'm excited to see what countries this game gets banned in or what censorship is involved, because in the last one it got a little dicey. There were scenes where your parents are literally boning in the background, like
Yeah.
almost completely uncensored. I think your dad's like balls crush you at one point. And certain scenes in like I want to say Greece, but I'm not exactly too sure on that, or banned. And instead of doing that, they pretty much just had the statue of David. I don't remember what statue it is, where he's just like looking down and he has his
That's
hands
Italy.
over his eyes like he's sitting on the toilet.
Oh,
Yeah, but they put up that statue and pretty much said exactly word for word what was happening in the scene as the censorship. They're like,
Oh
we
my
can't
God.
show this scene in your country because of blah, 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 but we can tell you exactly what's happening in vivid detail. And they're just like explaining your mom getting railed right in front of you.
That's awesome. Well, yeah, looking forward to that, man. That sounds completely ridiculous. It's like their name reminds me of like the Ratchet and Clank games. You remember those? There's like it was like going commando, up your arsenal, size matters, quest for booty, a crack.
I mean,
in
their
time.
movie was called Bigger, Longer, and Uncut.
Yeah,
If you can have a more phallic title,
they wouldn't.
let
do
me
one.
edit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome, man. Well, I look forward to
Also,
watching you play that game. What's
If
up,
you
Pete?
if you buy this one, you get the first game as well too.
Nice.
Oh, really?
So I'd recommend doing that.
That's awesome.
First
What
one's
else
great.
did that? Dark Souls did that too, man. I love it when games do that because, like, literally, I keep thinking to myself, it's such a good marketing
Doom 3.
because, yeah, like I keep thinking, oh, I'm gonna, man, I really want to buy that game, but I want to play the first one actually first. I want to play the first one first, and I always think about that, and then it comes out for Games for Gold or something, or it's like $5 on the, on the store, and then I'll pick it up and like never really finish it. But if I bought both games together, I have way more incentive to finish the first game and then like spend money buying the next game, you know. So I
Yeah.
really think that's cool because I was watching you play. I really want to play it. Cool. Well, we look forward to watching you play that, man. It's gonna be a riot. Did anyone play the first Psychonauts?
No.
No, I want to, though.
Oh my god, that game was so good.
But I
It's
watched
one
a
of-
speed run of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know
With
what-
Tim Schafer watching, too. It was great.
Oh really? What did he think about it?
Yeah. He's just like, we put so much hard work in this, and you're just going to skip that entire scene.
Yeah, I was gonna say like,
Literally, somebody got fired over the scene, and you're just not even going to play it.
yeah, they put so much work and detail into the game. It's so cerebral. I'm not gonna. I don't even want to start talking about it too much, but Psychonauts
It's a
Rhombus
cult
of
classic.
Ruin. Yeah, it's coming out, and I guess it's gonna have VR. That's gonna be pretty sick.
Oh, no, the Rhombus of Ruin is a little short that they'll have between the... that they demoed, but it's a short between the first and second game, and it takes
Gotcha.
place directly after the first game, linking to the second one. And you're basically... It's a VR adventure on a plane where you are just with the characters, and you can kind of... you
Probably
know
in
how
someone's
VR
brain.
walking around is a little... Yeah, it's a little disorienting. So you
Yeah.
literally jump from character to character into their brain. And it's interesting because you can see yourself or the characters, and you see them all from each other's perspectives. So, you know, things are a little bit different. Like, you know, if you envy somebody, you're going to see them in a great light. But if you think they're stupid, like, you know, they'll be fat and ugly. But
Yeah, it's so good.
there's that. And Tim Schafer was talking about all the crazy things of just having VR, all the possibilities. Like, there's the overhead compartments on the plane. They had people opening them, all this stuff falls out. So every once in a while, they'd find somebody that would surprise them. That would actually pick the stuff up and start putting it back in there and try to like clean up a little bit. But it's a video game, so why the hell are you going to do that? Why are you even going to bother?
Yeah, yeah. Start picking it up. Yeah, because you're gonna leave that stage and you're never gonna think about it again, right?
Yeah.
And I guess James Williams from Funhouse is gonna be a voice actor of Toilet Number 4.
Yeah, James
We know
Willems, he actually has a video on YouTube of him auditioning for the role of Toilet Number 3. It is very funny, and I suggest you check it out.
That's so awesome. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check that out. Yeah, if you guys get a chance to play Psychonauts, that's another one of those games that like, I hope it comes with the first version because it was so good. But it's super cheap now, and I bet you can. I think you can probably get it in the Xbox store for like $5.
Excuse
right?
me.
$5 or $10
I don't think it's on the Xbox store, but I think it is on Steam.
on Steam. Yeah, check it out if you get a chance. That game it's like just a cerebral, cool thing, and it predates. I love these kinds of games because it predates so many other, things in other games. They sort of came up with a lot of those original ideas. So totally check it out. That's another game. And Fracture But Whole and those games are like kind of like the offshoots, I think. Looking at a lot of other like main games, but those games are sort of the smaller one. I don't want to call them smaller, but the
They're not giant AAA titles,
yeah,
but they're amazing.
they're the not
Yeah.
AAA titles that I'm really really looking for. Speaking of AAA, we got Detroit coming in about androids, and it looks like traveling through time or being able to choose what happens in a game. It really reminds me of Quantum Break. Super high graphics, and it's from the makers of Heavy Rain, which had a lot of choice. Something like 30 different endings or something like that. You really like that game, right? Did you play Heavy Rain, Russo?
No, I never played it, but I watched a lot about it, and
Seems
I
like it'd be
mean,
up your alley because you
the
really like
scene-
You really like Life is
yeah.
Strange.
This
it's
kind
it's
of
like life or death situations, though.
this kind of reminds me of LA Noire.
LA Noire. I
guess a
never
little
played
bit.
that.
That's the one
What
with the
is-
facial reactions that you got to read.
Oh really? Yeah, I never.
People
played
could be
LA
lying
Noire.
to you. You have to try to figure it out.
Huh.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of different choices you have to make, and you can lie, you can talk to them, and it was like GTA, but you were a cop.
It's Rockstar, right? Was it Rockstar?
I think so.
Yeah.
Looks like it would be. More serious, obviously. All the Rockstar games are usually pretty goofy. So we've got people with blue blood and multiple endings, which most of which
Yeah,
you
the
are
androids
wrong.
have blue blood.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the,
I mean, Heavy Rain had the same thing. A lot of the time,
Really?
you get an ending. It probably isn't the right ending or the best ending you can get. So you're forced to want to go back and check it out.
Yeah, the well, like in the trailer, it was pretty awesome, and I was like, kind of like, whatever. I tend to get automatically turned off from, um, high graphical games like that have like really realistic sort of faces and things like that. I tend to find them sort of boring, just because I've been disappointed so many times in the past. But I love that mechanic. It looked really cool from where, like this guy, one of the androids in the trailer is going up against another android, and the android has a little girl, and he's standing at the edge of a building with a gun to her head. And there's so many choices that they kind of file through all the different ways that you could have been basically wrong, where the girl dies or gets, pulled off the edge. He says, like he I think in one he almost shoots the girl, in another you shoot him, he pulls the girl over, in another you try to grab the girl, he grabs both of you down, um,
And the
and
other
then
one,
and
he
then,
shoots
and
you
then
right in the head.
he shoots you, yeah, right before you get to even do anything. And I think the right
And one
the
of
right
those
answer,
choices is the right choice.
yeah, the last answer was, I forget what he did, but he basically talked him down, and through like you get like 5 different choices, and if you picked all the right ones, he pushes the girl away, or the girl runs away, and then he just gets shot up. And I was like, holy crap! I want to see all of those. Like I want to play through that. It looks amazing.
You almost want to make the wrong decisions just to see what happens.
Yeah, make all the wrong decisions. You know what's funny is that there's always consequences in other games like Mass Effect and a few other games where you would make the wrong decision and you'd have to live with it. Like I know in Life is Strange you can
Yeah.
rewind, right?
Yes, but not after you commit to a decision.
Okay. Yeah, and a lot of other games, like I always, this shit was really nerve wracking because I was always like, oh god, if I make the wrong decision, this person will hate me forever, And they could
Yeah.
they could hold a secret
You get
weapon.
into it,
they
too.
could unlock an awesome door for you. They could become your lover. All of this stuff, but if
Yeah.
you say the wrong thing to them, they just hate you and die.
Yeah.
So
I
word,
wish
I'm
they
looking
would
forward to that game.
remake like a Fable, the original Fable. The first one was like one of the best ones.
Hmm.
The decision making and
Let's not talk about three.
consequences,
Yeah, I love
or
those
the
ones.
If I had a
legends
choice, I wouldn't
that
go back and play that one.
tried to do Moby or whatever it's called.
A
Fable
MOBA?
Legends that totally failed. Yeah,
Was
Fable
it like a
Legends, yeah, they
MOBA?
just
It was.
closed that studio a couple months ago, or last month, I think.
Yeah, and that was a Microsoft thing, huh? I
Mhm.
feel like they just closed it. They had a lot. It looks like, I mean, from this press conference, they had a lot of other much better things going on. I was really sad about that because I really do love cartoony, like third-person games. I like third-person games anyway. Um, Again, I'm not gonna talk about Sony right now, but they had a lot of really cool third-person games, kind of like Tomb Raider, like Rise of the Tomb Raider. Looked, in that vein with the way the menu is set up and
Great.
things like that. But I would love to have things like that with multiplayer. It's really, really too bad that Legends didn't come out. Well, anyway,
Yep.
that's Detroit. So that's going to be featured, obviously, probably in the city of Detroit. So I'm interested to see how that kind of turns out. So one game we
PlayStation
didn't
only,
see
I believe.
is Detroit PlayStation only.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man,
I think so.
Yet another reason to go there. But one game
think-
that we're not going to see that we didn't see is Red Dead Redemption. People are saying because it's not finished, and other people are saying because it opened up with the main character like shooting up a place, and obviously too soon.
Mm-hmm.
So
From what I was reading, it had that the main character goes into a saloon and starts shooting people. But this is all unconfirmed. Rockstar hasn't confirmed nor denied, because if you think about it, it's a lose-lose situation for them. If they say yes, that was going to happen, then they pretty much give up the surprise of confirming Red Dead Redemption to a rumor, and then remind everybody about a public shooting, which is horrible. And then if they do confirm it, or I mean, that's if they do. If they don't, then, I mean, yeah, they're pretty much. I've totally lost what I'm talking about.
yes,
you know what I
agree
mean,
with
though,
you.
right?
Yes, I do.
There we go.
And it is lose-lose. So
Yeah,
I'd rather
it's a
I'd rather
lose-lose.
them not talk about it and give it to us when they're ready. That's my thing right now, and I'm gonna say it right now before the end. Like, my thing about E3 is that a lot of people are worried about overhype and things like that. Like, I'm really just watching E3 to get hype, and to see the games that are coming out. Like, I'm taking a lot of it into account, but at the same time, I'm taking it all with a grain of salt. And I think we have a lot of great games that are already confirmed coming out that I'm already sort of gonna throw my money at. So I don't mind if things take their time. Like if Red Dead takes a couple of years, like I wouldn't be mad if Red Dead came out in 2018. I've got so many games to look forward to in 2017 already that you know what, Rockstar, take your time, man.
There's games that came out 2016 here that we are looking forward to that we still haven't even got. I.e. Overwatch. I still haven't got Battleborn yet. So there's just a great lineup coming out.
Yeah,
I never even finished Thief. That was like a launch title.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
I have
really?
that too.
Yeah.
That came out for Games for Gold. I actually forgot to pick it up, and I love sneaky games like that. Should probably.
I think I've downloaded
game
it twice,
too, so that's why I got it.
And not played it both times.
Yeah. So, yeah, Red Dead, take your time, man. So let's move on to the Sony conference because this is something I really want to. I was really on the fence about, and I personally think that I know people are saying that Sony won, which I think is like a false statement. I think the consumers won. I don't think either one of them can win. You know what I mean? Like Xbox has their Xbox people, and maybe there's a little bit of sway here and there. But I think Sony just had the better E3. Like, this is what I want to see from E3. When I was a kid, this is kind of what E3 was about. And I know Nintendo strayed from that a lot. And Xbox in the last generation, the Xbox One generation, they started doing a lot of, like, focusing on hardware and doing it like a conference. Like, Apple or Microsoft proper would do their conferences. Samsung does their conferences. Sony did it like a video game convention, and that's what I really like. So I'm gonna list some things off here. Let me know if you're hype about any of these things, because I know that you guys are probably not gonna get a PlayStation, right? Are you? Are you guys gonna get?
Yeah, I'm gonna get the 4K.
Okay.
Nope.
No, Rooster's diehard Xbox.
Yep, all the way.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get the 4K, man. If it comes out, it's like, okay. Let's talk about some games here. So I'm just gonna list them all off. Lightning round. We got God of War, Horizon, Resident Evil. We got Battlefront. We got Crash Bandicoot coming back.
Resident Evil.
Resident Evil, yeah. Death Stranding, the Spider-Man game, Days Gone,
Death Stranded,
Farpoint VR, Final Fantasy 15, and we didn't hear anything about Kingdom Hearts. But any of that tickling your fancy?
Resident Evil looks amazing. On the last podcast, I was bitching about VR not VR. PT not being a thing, and then Allison Road was canceled as well. But this looks awesome. Mm-hmm. It's even in VR too. But it plays exactly like PT. It's slower paced. It's more paranormal related too, rather than the other Resident Evils, which are all mutant monster kind of things. Mm-hmm. But it looks awesome. Yeah,
and this is what I was saying before, man. Like these trends of, I think they're finally starting to break through. That trend of having this like gray shooter, they finally, I think, are getting away from that and sticking to the roots. Like Resident Evil was a horror game, and I know that when the first Resident Evil came out, it was hardware, that limited them. It was still terrifying, You know, the jump
Yeah.
scares and
Well,
all that
I
sort of stuff.
think
Like,
that
shit was
the
scary.
bad angles was perfect though. It was the
Yeah.
right setting for it. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, now we have the technology to make it better. Like, get away from that crappy shooter and give us this. This looks amazing. This looks like a true Resident Evil. Like, I really want to play this game. I'm not really into the Battlefront X-Wing thing. God of
Nope.
War, holy shit. Did you guys see that
Mm.
trailer?
I
Yeah, I'm
saw
not
it. It's
too
the
excited
open
to see it.
God,
world God of War. It's about his son. I don't know. I
God
never really got
damn.
into the first God of Wars, but I'm really
Me
excited
neither.
for the Horizon though. Horizon.
Horizon? Oh my God. Yeah,
Horizon Zero
both of
Dawn.
those for
Yeah.
me. Both Horizon and God of War, I'm like, oh my God. Like I said, the third person action game like that, I fucking love those kinds of games. And Horizon looks amazing. And I'm actually pretty tight. There's a few games. Horizon, and there's another game called Recore. Was that for
Oh
Sony?
yeah, that's for
Was
Xbox.
that Xbox? That was Xbox. Okay, word. I gotta show you guys some drawings that I made, and I every once in a while this happens to me, and I think it happens to every sort of artist that has a lot of ideas written down. I literally have those characters drawn in my book. Like I have a sketchbook,
Nice.
that same idea, that same like everything, and I'm just like, at first I got really frustrated, and I wanted to throw my controller at the screen, and then I was like, you know what? Somebody made the game that I wanted, and I'm just gonna play it and not be salty. And Horizon looks like that game, man. I kept thinking about this game where, these robots got away and ran wild, but instead of being androids, they were like sort of they were animals, and you're hunting them. And god damn, this looks good.
But
Yep.
and not to be what is it anti-feminist. I just wish that they gave us an option to be a guy or a girl. I don't like that it's just a girl character for any
I'm
game out there.
okay with that.
I prefer like not to have just only men characters for these games. Just give us the option because you never know who's playing.
Horizon?
Yeah, Horizon's a
Yeah.
girl, is a female character. Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
speaking on the girl too, though, she's not like your typical, booby armor, like,
Oh, I know. She's a
girl in a
warrior. She's a
game too.
badass
She's
Amazon.
badass. Yeah.
Hmm.
But I'm just saying, I feel from all these games nowadays, you do have female gamers. These games should give us, the option to have, even if it's not character creation, give us a stock character, a stock male and female character. That way, if it's a guy playing, he'll play a guy, or if he wants to play as a girl, let him play as a girl. If it's a girl playing, let her play as a girl, or if she wants to play as a guy, at least she has the option to choose between the two.
Hold on, pause real quick. I'm just gonna switch my batteries out. It's running low.
Okay. Yeah, my controller died twice already. You got to check out the Game Grumps playthrough. They have, speaking of female characters, they're talking about, or they're actually playing through Dead or Alive Extreme 3 right now. The Zack Island, like, huge boob anime game, I guess. And
Yeah.
just the stuff that comes out of the two of their mouths, they're just like, oh my god, I'm so glad that. Oh no, what was it? It's like, yeah, that girl's boobs are so big that they're almost touching, and that girl's boobs are so big that they are touching. I'm so glad that they have like all female body types included in this game.
I used to DOA used to be one of my favorite fighting games growing up until it.
This
Oh,
one's
yeah, me
not
too.
fighting.
Loved it a lot. It's way better. If you haven't played Dead or Alive Extreme, do yourself a favor. It's
The
better
jet
than
skiing, beach volleyball, butt battles. It's so oppressed. Like, what's the word? Not female friendly.
No, it's not. Well, I mean, I don't know.
That's
It's
the culture.
ridiculous. It's ridiculous, but I wouldn't say not.
It should not be
female
taken
friendly.
seriously.
No, it should be taken seriously, but I don't think they like people. Some people are like super feminist about it, and I'm like, chill. Like it's a game about playing volleyball, and it's sexy
Yeah.
women. I mean, there's so many.
You don't
other
go to a
things that we
strip
could
club and be
attack.
annoyed that people are naked.
Exactly. Yeah, don't buy the game. Like I don't.
You
think
know
it's
what
ever
you're
gonna-
getting.
You could make the male version, but nobody wants to play that. It's not that.
Yeah.
It's not that it's not about like being separate but equal or whatever. Nobody wants to play a fucking game about dudes playing volleyball. I'm sorry.
The truth is, everybody loves boobs.
Yeah, everybody does. I'm sure there are plenty of girls that love that game. And in fact, I know many, many girls. When people are like online, like, "Oh, think about the women." I'm like, "Yo, I personally know most of my girlfriends that play video games love that game." So,
Well,
please,
unfortunately, it
spare
is
me
not
the-
released in this
the
country,
sob song.
too.
Dead or Alive 3. Yeah, they didn't. They don't want to release it here. That's so weird.
Nope.
How did
They're
how did
playing
they
the
get it?
Chinese version with English subtitles.
Oh, wow. That makes sense. Yeah, because I remember that
Yep.
when they did the announcement trailer for it, and it just never came out. It kind of died down here. But whatever, you can still
Yep.
get your hands on it. Going back to what you
I'd
said,
buy it.
Q, about females versus males, I like half agree with that. I think in some games, especially when it comes to multiplayer games, like when it comes to multiplayer games like Assassin's Creed, that was bullshit. They like had some whole crap about how it was too hard for them or
They
something like
can't
that.
make a
Yeah,
woman. Yeah.
that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. There are
Yeah,
women
but
running
and then
around all the
later
time.
on, didn't they have like the other game for like the handheld or something, the
fucking
Vita or
woman in
some
it.
shit like that that had the woman? Yeah, the woman main
Starring a
character.
woman.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I think they
bullshit.
had
You know,
one
and
that was a
like,
Chinese woman and one that was a black woman.
yeah, yeah, they did Liberation, and I forget what the Chinese one was called. You, you know, but for me, I think that that was bullshit, and also the whole like Zelda can't be a girl thing. My th- my issue with
What do you
that is
mean,
that if you're
Link?
trying to tell a story, yeah, Link rather Link can't be a girl. They're like, oh, you know, people like make Link a girl, and it's like, don't tell me that you can't. That is stupid. If you tell me that you can't make it, I'm gonna tell you that you're Nintendo and you have millions and millions of dollars and you can do whatever you want. So please don't give me that shit.
Tell me you
But
won't.
And
if you don't want to,
especially
tell me
when,
you won't. Yeah, it's your story. You don't have to write it the way we want it to be written. Link doesn't
well,
ever
yeah,
I
have
don't
to be
think
a
they
girl.
should make Link a female.
No, never.
Definitely not.
Don't. Or just make Zelda a playable character, you know, if you want to do that. There is
Yeah.
a story that's already
right?
been written, and I'm okay with that. Like, I don't think Tomb Raider should ever be a guy. I don't think you should have a choice.
Definitely
play
not.
as
So
a
you
guy.
have Uncharted.
Exactly. You have Uncharted, and that's a guy, you know, and like, I don't know. Some games, if you're trying to tell the story of a male or trying to tell the story of a girl, I think it should be balanced. I think the industry has games that are, you know, towards girls as well, but I also think that people are going to be writing those stories because those stories are also equally as good, and they're told differently. A female is going to be able to tell a different story than a male can, you know. So I don't know.
Hello?
It depends on what kind of game it is for me. I get really frustrated when there are only males in a game, but I also don't think that you should have the choice to play as a male if that's not the story is being told. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, given the choice in like a multiplayer game, if I have the choice between a male or female, I'm probably gonna pick the female because I. Oh, looks like you guys are disconnecting. I like to choose that. I for some reason in my mind, I think that they have smaller hitboxes and they're smaller characters, so you know you get a slight advantage.
Yeah,
Which
you
probably isn't true, but I always pick the female. Which, when you're playing Destiny, when you sit down, everyone's like, "Wait, you're a chick?" Because I'm a robot too, so that doesn't help.
Yeah, and you like sit side saddle, and they're like, "What?"
Yep.
First of all, why would it? Whatever. I mean, I read some. I read up on some EXO stuff. So my car broke down a while ago, and I had nothing to do. So I was sitting in the car, and I started looking through the grimoire, just to see what was up with the story. And I was just thinking to myself, why would a EXO, which is a robot, want to sit side saddle? I know that they are, you know, they have human brains and they're like technically AI or whatever. But I was like, that doesn't make any sense. If I was an EXO, I would just kind of like crouch or whatever. You know what I mean? You don't even need to sleep or sit down. They shouldn't really be able to get tired. But then it was like at the very end of some flavor text, it was like, why were the EXO created? They're like questioning themselves. They're like, why does a war machine need to act and feel like a human? And then it was like, I think there's only one answer, and everybody knows the truth. Somebody wanted to live forever. It's kind of implying that like all the EXOs have human minds or something like that. Anyway, that's why they said side saddle. But I still like couldn't wrap that
Yeah,
around.
their
my mind.
minds and their souls. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, man. So getting back to what I was saying before, now that I went off on that tangent, I think God of War, the Horizon are like, I'm like getting so wet over those games. They're amazing. Crash Bandicoot's coming back. I'm so freaking hype about that. Holy shit! They're gonna
Hell
remaster
yeah.
1, 2, and 3, and they're giving us they're in development with a new one. Oh my god! And he's gonna be in Skylanders, which I don't give a shit about, but
Oh my god, something I really don't care
And
about.
that's
Yeah.
another reason to get a PS4.
yeah, Skylanders. I want to spend all my. I want to get
No, Crash.
Sony amiibos. I want to get a.
What is this? Skylanders sells so well, but I've never seen one.
We're not in the age group, man. Imagine
No,
back when you were a
definitely
kid
not.
and you were playing Pokemon. Now imagine you could take those Pokemon and play with them as toys, and they still affected your game. Wouldn't you have all of them?
Okay. Yeah.
You know, like if I was in high school, I'd always have my favorite amiibo or whatever in my backpack. I was that kind of kid, and now that shit's popular. So, but yeah,
We're the cool
I don't,
kids.
I don't know a single person in my life with Skylanders. Not a single one. I used to sell them at the Microsoft store when I worked there, and I wanted them. I wanted a few of them, like the Disney Infinity toys. Those look amazing, man. Those are like collector's items.
Spyro is a Skylander now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Voiced by Elijah Wood.
Really?
Whoa, wait,
Since-
really?
Yep.
Since forever, or
Yeah.
like just the new one?
Since forever. In the first one, he was Elijah Wood.
Get the hell out! Oh,
Nope. No lie.
you did some time warp. You just did some crazy time warp.
Hey, I was right about the Jackie Chan porno, so I'm probably right about this one too.
were.
Just believe me.
You were, unfortunately. That's funny. But yeah, dude, I'm so hyped for Crash Bandicoot. And like I was gonna say, before God of War, I forgot to mention, like, me and Sam. That's two of the games that me and Sam personally have played through together was the Borderlands games and the Gears of War games. So I'm super looking forward to playing through those with her, especially because it's got local co-op. But both me and Sam, like, I remember the first day we were hanging out, and I don't know what I said, something about video games. I was like, oh yeah, I'm part of this club. We play a lot of video games. She's like, oh yeah, I reckon Left 4 Dead, and I love Crash Bandicoot. I got all the collectibles, and I was like, oh my god, I'm in love. I was like, you gotta be shitting me. So yeah, we're gonna be playing a lot of Crash Bandicoot. So look out for that when I get my Xbox.
Yeah.
You guys gonna be you guys are not hyped for Death Stranding? Kojima game?
I'm a little bit. It's Kojima game, yeah. The trailer, just I don't know what's going on, but again, he's got Norman Reedus and he's naked, so you see Norman Reedus' ass, so that's cool. But there's like a baby that disappears, and he's like connected to his belly button by a wire. I don't know what's going on, and then there's just handprints everywhere. It doesn't make any sense, and they're staring off into the distance with dead fish everywhere. I don't know if you've seen the trailer, but that's what's happening, and it just doesn't make any sense, but it's awesome. I'm excited.
Yeah, that looks awesome, dude. Like that's what I'm saying. With these games that are they're getting better and better graphically, I want to see them warp the world in the most fucked up ways. You know, give me some really weird stuff, and I'm super hyped about.
Yeah, I'm
whatever
just
the hell
excited
this
to see what Kojima's doing.
What
too.
is that about? Yeah, it's so weird.
I saw a picture
really
of him
excited
on
to get
Twitter.
some more.
He's drinking out of a coffee mug that says Konami Tears.
Oh no way! That's
Yeah,
awesome.
shots fired.
I love that he's fuck Konami, by the way. In case anyone didn't know,
Yeah.
I hate those bastards. Fuck Konami.
They did come out with that pachinko machine, so
Fuck
hey.
them and they're fucking. Oh my god! Don't even. Well, instead of you should be pissed the most. Instead of getting PT,
I want PT. God damn.
Yeah.
Guillermo del Toro, please. He's doing some other stuff now, but we'll see.
Fuck Konami. Also, the Spider-Man game's coming out. Do you remember Spider-Man 2 for PlayStation? PlayStation 2?
Oh
Remember that?
yeah.
That was amazing. That was the most amazing.
That was on
game.
Xbox too, right?
Was it? I'm not sure. I remember it being like full Manhattan, pre
Yeah.
Pre-ground
goddamn,
days.
what's
Yeah.
Could you get to Ellis
Yeah.
Island on helicopters?
in
You had to
Spider-Man?
web sling helicopters, yeah.
That sounds amazing. I don't know.
If that is the game I'm thinking of, then yeah. I
Probably.
mean, a bunch of kids would be walking down the street and they drop their balloon and you have to jump up and catch it.
Oh yeah, like
I
all
don't
that
know.
little stuff. Was
Yeah,
in there.
that's Spider-Man 2. Okay, yeah.
No,
That was the one.
yeah, that
with
was an
Doc
amazing
Ock.
game. Yeah, with Doc Ock. He's the main character.
Yeah,
He's
that
the
one.
main villain. Yeah, that game was just beautifully constructed.
was on
and
Xbox.
you felt like you were Spider-Man, like, you know, flying around that city. So I'm super excited for that. I have a bad feeling that that's gonna be like a rent me game. You know, like more of an
Yep.
arcade
Yeah.
game. I find those games to be like very temporary in my life, but we'll see. Probably end up picking it up anyway.
Unless they do it like a map generator, a map janitor, like Assassin's Creed, open world
What is
ish.
Clean
that
up
game?
everything.
Just run around
yeah.
and swing and save the world. Mission here, mission here.
One
It
would
seems like a
assume that-
red box game to me.
Yeah, exactly. $5 red box, right? You spend 5 days playing it,
Yep.
and I'm good.
I'll try to beat it in one day.
Yeah, we'll see. It'd be really cool to see multiplayer if they did like multiverse Spider-Man. You know, in there where you could play.
Why
like,
haven't we
Spider-Man
seen a
2099.
Superman game in like 15 years?
because
We
the
got
first one was
Batman. We
garbage.
have Supermans. I mean, we have Spider-Mans, but no
There was a
Superman.
studio developing one, but it
I'm not really
all
into
fell
it.
through.
I don't know.
I
I
mean,
mean, they'd have to make. I would love to see a Superman game where he has to like travel the stars and like come up with some serious, like a really really epic story. Because if you're just flying around a city, I'd much rather be Spider-Man. Something about facing gravity and having to swing around and using like the momentum is way more appealing to me than just having God mode all the time.
they have an awesome Superman game on the Nintendo 64 if you've ever played it.
Yeah, it was the best game ever.
Yeah.
It was yeah,
One of the worst games ever made.
fly through rings simulator. That's the whole
Yep.
game. Terrible.
Failed.
Yeah, hyper fail. I mean, that's probably why they won't do it. I'm interested
Super
actually.
fail.
Q, you bring up a good point. Like, I mean, now that they're doing all these franchises, and if they can keep the gimmicks down, I think that they could really cash in. If they could have all these main superheroes have their own little like hyper epic stories, like in these third person sort of God of War styles, I'd play the shit out of that. Minimal, like
What was
minimal
that
menu.
one fighting game? DC Universe, something like that. Not DC Universe,
Oh,
but the DC.
Not Dishonored.
Yeah.
They're coming out with part 2 right now. Oh my God, Q.
What was that
Rizzo,
game?
help us out.
I don't know what you're talking about.
DC. I'm gonna try to Google it real quick. DC fighting game.
Thank you. It was by NetherRealms, I think.
Injustice.
Injustice.
That's what it was.
Yo,
Yeah.
Gods
Injustice,
Among Us, yeah.
I love that game.
They showed out the second one.
I would, yeah, they did show
Nah.
the second one.
Not too big on it.
Really?
The achievement
I love
sucked.
that game.
Wow.
That's not why I played it. I played it because it was a fighting game.
Plus, I'm not too big on fighting games.
Oh my God, I love fighting games. They're like chess, man. It's like fast-paced chess. It's the same reason why I
No,
like.
there's always that one person that's just spamming the down B attack, and it just never works.
If you know what to do, you can wreck them. Jump kicks.
Yeah, I
man.
don't know what to do. That's why I don't like it.
Jump kick them or zone them out with your fireballs. I played a pretty mean Catwoman. I had a pretty good Batman. Actually, I loved the Green Lantern in that game. I love Green Lantern. He was
I think
kind of
at
OP.
Flash. I love playing as Flash.
Flash was awesome. Yeah, he had one of the coolest combos, I think. We gotta play some Injustice, man. If you guys are into fighting games, I know Killer Instinct is trying to do their thing. I think Killer Instinct does a lot of not MLG, but like Evo type stuff. Like I guess the fighting game community is big on it. They've got the Arbiter in there. Did you see that, Q? I mean, Russo?
Do they? No, I didn't see that. That's awesome.
Yeah, the Arbiter.
Yeah, didn't they just get some crazy characters? There's like Jason in there now and stuff.
And they
Jason's
just
in there.
they brought in the what is it, General Ram, I think, from the first
Superman.
No, from Gears of War.
Gears
Oh,
of War.
Gears of
yeah.
War.
Yeah, General Ram is in there, and so is so is the Arbiter. That
General
looks-
Zod, I was thinking of.
Oh, Zod from Superman. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Nope,
so
he's not in that.
I'm definitely up for those for Injustice. We'll see what happens. I want to play some more fighting games myself in the future, but I'm like too preoccupied with first-person shooters right now. So let's see what else we got for Sony. That's really it. They've got Days Gone, and of course we got the VR game. The VR game looks pretty good. The Days Gone, I'm not really into zombie games like that. I never really have been. You guys, I'm not even gonna talk about it because you guys are not gonna get it because PlayStations. Maybe Q will get it. Maybe we'll play together. But the Farpoint VR looks pretty good. I didn't see too much VR that I liked necessarily, but the Farpoint looked pretty good. It looked like a first-person shooter
like
you could actually walk like on your own.
And you could actually aim.
Yeah, and you can aim on your own. And I guess there's no like aim assist or anything like that. No help.
There's no aim assist, not even a reticle.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that because if that game goes well, and I think it's indie, it's got a small team. If that game goes well, then that will pave way for a lot of other games to do the same. Hopefully we'll get some swords and things like that. Like maybe we can have the Skyrim in VR. I would love to see them and Bethesda team up. If that game goes well. So
Ooh.
I don't know. What?
If they team up.
Yeah, that'd be amazing, right? Like, wow. Here it is, guys. The future of VR, like, it's happening right now. So, I'm super hyped to try it out. Like I said, I'm not in too much of a rush for them to I want them to finish the technology before we get it. Russo, I know you have the version 1 Oculus, and you're not really playing it, huh?
Yeah, I got a DK2, and it's it's a lot of work. It's very needy. It's like a girlfriend.
That's the thing about PC versus console.
High
too.
maintenance.
Yeah, I was trying to tell Merge about this. He was like, I like he's a console gamer too. Don't get me wrong, but I also have a lot of friends that are not console gamers at all, and they're always like, "Why would you even do that? Just get a PC. Just get a PC." I'm like, because we don't have to deal with a lot of stuff. Like we don't have to deal with drivers and all that sort of stuff. Like it just works. So that's kind of one of the
Plug
reasons
and
why.
play.
Yeah, I'm excited about the PlayStation, especially VR, because it'll just work. I won't have to think too much about it. So, we gotta look at that to look forward to in the future. We also got a new Titanfall trailer. I didn't see the second trailer you sent out, but damn, Titanfall looks good. I'm really excited about that game. I played a lot of it when it first came out. It was a launch title, right?
Yeah, it was.
It looks awesome though.
That was the first game
it looks like
I
they
had for
fixed
my
all the things, too.
Xbox for like the first 4 months.
You had it in your Xbox.
A lot of
for the
people were
first one?
complaining with the first one that
Yeah,
a
'cause,
$60 title. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
Oh,
you go.
okay.
No, you
Well,
go.
a lot of people were complaining with the first Titanfall, a $60 title with just multiplayer. That was kind of the beginning of like that whole scene. I mean, you
Yeah.
had Destiny, which was pretty similar, where it literally says on the box, internet connection required.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it
But
really
a
just
lot of
start
people
that
were
controversy.
arguing that shouldn't be worth $60. But this one, they've added a campaign, and it looks cool, and you're going to cry at the end when the robot dies, so
Yeah, oh my god. Iron
just get
Giant.
ready.
You guys ever seen the Iron Giant? I still can't watch
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Voiced by Vin Diesel.
What?
Yeah,
Oh
he
yeah,
is.
the Iron Giant was. Yeah.
Okay,
That's like on the
you didn't know
Titan.
that one.
Vin Diesel does some awesome mascots, huh? He's the Iron Giant. He's also Groot.
Yep.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Wow,
He knows
yeah,
what he's
Groot.
picking.
I hope
Yeah.
they didn't pay him a lot for that.
I don't think he got paid a lot. I think he just did it for fun.
He had to do it for like one day of recording.
Yeah, he did like
Probably,
something
yeah.
like 50 different languages. He said I am Groot in, which is kind of cool. Same voice actor, right?
Yep.
But yeah, Titanfall looks amazing. I am really glad that they're
Mm-hmm.
adding more to it. And in all honesty, like I'm okay with this kind of game if it's mostly, pretty much multiplayer only. If it is $40 and if they offer more later, like I'm more okay with $40 for the initial game and then give us pay DLC later than $60 for a shit game. And but it looks like they've improved a lot. I'm only looking at trailers though, so we don't even know how long the game is.
And what
There's
I
so
was
much
saying
new stuff
was,
though. It's very exciting.
I got the Xbox bundle Titanfall, so Titanfall was the only game I had for like the first 4 or 5 months. So that was just my shit. That was just Titanfall or nothing.
Yo,
It's a good one to have.
Let's all get Titanfall. Do you still have it?
I
Yeah,
still
I
have it.
Yeah, I ended up selling it because
We should
I
get back
used to
into
work
that.
for the Microsoft Store. Yeah.
Yeah, I
And they got,
deleted
like,
it.
I
That's
got a
why I,
major deal on
re-downloaded it.
All the map packs are free.
Yeah, I'll pick it
Yeah.
up, man. We should play some Titanfall before Titanfall 2 comes out. Let's get good at it and then wreck people in Titanfall 2.
Mhm. Just
we're
get
in
ready to use grappling hooks and weird impact grenades that just suck everybody together. I don't know. There's a
yeah.
lot of stuff that looks awesome.
I want
Grappling
that
hooks are the
Titan.
thing.
6
now.
Titans.
Well, it's a
what else
ability that you
has
have to
grappling
unlock,
hooks?
and then everybody doesn't have it, so you can choose whether or not you want to, to have it once you unlock it.
Yeah, you still have stems and stuff like that, but your grappling hook would take up that slot.
Horizon had a grappling hook. What's it called? Call of Duty had a grappling hook. Titanfall has a grappling hook. Seems to be the newest gadget that all those games are playing.
Well, Call of Duty stole the jetpack from Titanfall.
Yeah, they did. Everything's from fucking Titanfall, man. Arguably, they did it. The game came out later, so it looks like it feels a little bit better, but all of that game is like Titanfall. I mean, like I said, I'm not really a Call of Duty guy anyway, so my allegiance goes to Titanfall. So we'll see. Are any of you guys
Yeah,
getting a Call of
Titanfall
Duty?
stole the developers from Call of Duty.
Did
I
they?
used to be in the
Respawn
Call of Duty
came from
before
Call
it
of Duty.
started sucking.
At what point did you think it started sucking?
I stopped playing Call of Duty like heavily, like pre
Post Modern
mid
Warfare 2.
PS2, yeah, PS3, like mid PS3 I stopped.
Yeah, I never owned a Call of Duty game. I always spent my
I
money
think
on
after
things
the
like.
first Black Ops, I was done. Like the first Black Ops was pretty good, and then after that, I was done.
Yeah, I always spent my money on Final Fantasy games and things like that. So I was just never a Call of Duty guy. I honestly didn't start playing like first person shooters for real until I got Xbox until I got Halo 2. Well,
Mm.
no,
Oh
I
yeah.
played I played a lot of PS. No, I lied. Console FPSs. I really started playing FPSs a lot on PC when I was a kid. Like I used to play a lot of Counter Strike, like a ton of Counter Strike. I played Counter Strike back when it was in when they had internet cafes. I paid $5 for half
Mm.
an hour. Me and my best friend, we take our allowance, we go down there, we buy a candy bar, a drink, maybe some popcorn. We'd share that shit, and then we would each have $10.
Hell yeah.
Get an hour of gaming. I would play Warcraft 3, I'd play a lot of CS:GO, and I'd play Halo. Actually, the original Halo when it ported to PC. Love that shit.
Nice.
But yeah, never been to it. So, but Titanfall looks like a lot of fun. I like the spacey stuff. I like the jetpacks. So we'll see. I'll tell you one thing that I'm disappointed in though. I'm actually really sad about Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts. I don't know how you guys feel about them. Russo, I don't think you've ever been
Yeah,
into these like that. But I really like
Final
in
Fantasy 15 looks like a disappointment to me. I don't know.
it's just
What's
whatever.
so
Another
disappointing?
one. I think I've
It's
outgrown it
just
personally.
yeah, it seems like the same old, same old.
5 years ago,
I'm not familiar.
if they gave this to us, if they gave this game like 3 years ago, I'd be fucking hype. I would be playing it like I would have played it and gotten everything. If they showed it, 5
Honestly,
years ago and stuff like that, I would have been really hyped for it. But it's just I've reached the point in my life where I'm just done. I think I'm not done. I'm gonna play it. I'll probably buy it and then like sell it back right away and or rent it. But like when Kingdom Hearts comes out, I don't know. We'll see about Kingdom Hearts because I still think that there's a little boy in me that really is yearning for that. But right now, I don't. I just don't get hyped for it.
yeah, and like honestly, for Kingdom Hearts, like I still, I'm sorry, not Kingdom Hearts for Final Fantasy, when I get the PS Neo, like I still want to get the what is it called, the Realm Reborn or Heaven's Sword or Realm Reborn or whatever it's called. It's just Heaven's Sword is just more DLC added to it, but it's
Mhm.
the last one that they did where you got to create your own player. So like
Oh, that was the
I'm
MMO.
interested. Yeah, so but I'm
I
interested
actually
in that
don't
Final
like that they call
Fantasy.
it Final Fantasy 14 and Final Fantasy 11. I mean, I get it. Like I get the marketing, and they want
Mm.
to keep it in the franchise and it's in the same world, but I don't know why they just didn't call it like World of Final Fantasy or something like that. Like I don't know. I think that was a waste
Yeah,
of a number in my opinion. But yeah, it's an
Well,
MMO
yeah.
and I played 11.
I'm
I
picking
played
that
11
up.
and I loved 11. Yeah, you're going to play MMOs? You think you're going to have time with all the other games you're playing?
Well, yeah, I definitely want to. When I get the PS4 Neo, I'm picking up the Heaven Sword Realm Reborn,
Mhm.
which was Final Fantasy 14. But just when it first came out, it got a lot of backlash and people hated it. And then they took it away, and then they brought it back out as a Realm Reborn, and now they have a Heaven Sword, a Realm Reborn, and Heaven Sword Realm Reborn is pretty much a Realm Reborn, but with a bunch of DLCs in it, a bunch
Yeah,
of extra content. So
it's arguably a completely different game. Like they could have been like this is Final Fantasy 16, but I think they just didn't want to again waste the numbers, inflate their
hmm.
numbers too much. You know what I mean? Like,
How many
yeah,
games
the
do they
original.
have already? They're at 16. That's like a little ridiculous, but I know they have like 15 too, or I don't. They have a bunch
Okay,
of
11,
Yeah, they have
11 and
half
X2.
games.
11 and 14 are MMOs completely. So you could pretty much pluck them outside of those numbers. Everything up until 7, so 1 through 6 were Super Nintendo and before, like
Nintendo,
um,
yeah.
Nintendo and Super Nintendo.
Hmm.
And then 7 was the first PlayStation one. I mean, that was one of like the
Yeah,
pioneering
hell
games
yeah.
of our generation. Like our entire generation like owes a lot to just the thought of that game. And then so 8 and 9 were in that same realm. 10 was kind of later. Again, another pioneer. Like 10 was actually one of the first games to ever have proper voice acting ever in a game like
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
and the
And
facial
I love the
recognition and the
underwater
graphics was
soccer
amazing.
game in that game.
Blitzball, I loved Blitzball, dude.
Hell
I played
yeah,
the shit out of
Blitzball.
Blitzball.
Hell yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah. And so then you got 11, which is an MMO. Then you got 12, which was different, off the beaten path. A good game. I wouldn't. I kind of wish they didn't really call it the Final Fantasy. I think, I don't know. Whatever. It's kind of like the weird cousin, of Final Fantasy. Still a really great game, I think. 13 is when they started getting weird and cinematic, and I think a lot of young kids latched onto it and latched onto the idea. And Lightning was a really great girl. She was like basically the protagonist from Seven, but in female form, and it just didn't get me, man. I felt like I was just kind of watching a movie and pressing forward and X. That was it. That was the
Yeah.
entire
Yeah.
game for 40 hours.
Cinematic adventure.
Yeah, and that's fine if that's what you want to do, but don't call it Final Fantasy, in my opinion. So I don't know. Right now, it's kind of lackluster for me. I wish I was into Final Fantasy 15. I think if I was like 16, would have been the cutoff year. Like if I was 16, I think I would be really impressed by it. Maybe 18, but
What about
really,
the
the
Final Fantasy
16-year-old
7
really looks
remake? You interested in that?
Yeah, I'm gonna play the shit out of that. I
Yeah, I'm
think
getting
that
that too. Hell yeah.
I think that they're playing their cards right, and we are sort of getting gypped, but we'll see how much quality comes out. Like if I get really good quality in that first arc of that game, then I'm down for it. But I'm definitely gonna get that. But that's different, right? That's the game that we know and love remastered. I know that story. I know those characters. I know the way that game's gonna play. It's gonna be good. So
Well,
I don't know.
it's gonna be it's remastered, but it's a re-envisioning as well. So it's not the same exact story that you played originally. It's slightly
Right,
different.
but we're gonna get Midgar, we're gonna get Sephiroth, we're gonna get
Yeah.
Cloud, we're gonna get Materia, we're gonna get Bahamut, we're gonna get, all of that stuff. We're gonna get Red 13, we're gonna get Shinra, right? So they're gonna change a lot, but they're gonna keep the core to have it be because they're playing on nostalgia. I think they're counting on us buying all those episodes, right? I think
Yeah.
if they fuck up the first part, then no one's gonna buy it, and they're gonna be out of money. So I trust them to stay pretty close. I assume that the people that are making the game now too are people that grew up being fans of it. Kind of like how
Yeah.
Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider ended up being people that played Tomb Raider, and like they were all fans of that game. And I think you could agree, Russo. Like wasn't that a good successor?
Yeah,
A good
definitely.
a good reimagining of that character. So yeah. So I'm just sad about that. So I just want to put that out there. You know what I'm not sad about though is
What's that?
Nintendo. The new Zelda game coming out looks amazing. It
No.
looks like Zelda
Yeah.
Skyrim.
I
And the
can't
new
wait to buy
Pokemon
just a
game.
console just to play that.
Yeah, do you think you're gonna get a Wii U
Maybe.
or the NX? I guess
Or
if
I'll
it comes
steal
out.
my friends. Yeah, it's got to be. It's on the next console, so it have to be in the next.
Well, I'll tell you something right now, Russo. If you want to Game Grumps the shit out of that game, if you want to, I'm definitely going to get it, and I'm gonna play
Just
all of the
record the whole
games.
thing.
Yeah, if you want to just like, if you could take like a weekend off work, like 2 or 3 weekends, right? And we'll just
I'm in.
sit around and play it, and play the shit out of Zelda. All right, word deal. We'll do that. You can play mine because I'm definitely gonna get whatever games come off of that. Like whatever the Smash Brothers is, I'm gonna be getting that because I totally missed the Wii U, and actually, I might be getting a Wii U soon, possibly. But I'll tell you what I am gonna get is I'm gonna get me a special edition Pokemon Sun 3DS. I don't have one right now, but I'm gonna get one for Pokemon. Yeah. Are you guys gonna catch them all with me?
See that? I think
We'll see.
I'm too old for that. I think I've
Really?
grown way
How
past.
the
Yeah.
Really?
How old
yeah,
are
you-
you?
Yeah.
28.
Oh, okay.
You're not that
Yeah.
old. I mean,
Well,
if your
me,
heart has
I-
grown past it, fine. But don't tell me you're too old for Pokemon. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I
no.
think that's what it is. Because I even had
You're too old for
a,
Pokemon.
I had a emulator on my iPhone, so I was playing, what was it, Gold or Blue or something like that, and
Don't
I
even
was playing
mistake
it for a
those.
minute,
Pokemon
and I
Silver is
was
one of the
like,
greatest games I've ever played in my life. Do not mistake those games.
I was like, man, I don't know, I can't do it. I burnt out after like beating the first two,
Gyms.
getting the first two badges or whatever. Yeah, beating the first two trainers. I was like, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, but those are like so outdated. That's literally like when I think I was actually 12 when those came out. I'm 27 right now. Whatever, dude. I'm getting them. I'm gonna catch them all. You guys are gonna be super jealous about all the most powerful Pokemons that I got. And don't hate.
Okay.
Don't hate at the end of the year.
We'll
Just
see.
saying. Pokemon Go's coming out though. You guys are gonna download that shit?
No.
Yeah. I'll check it out.
Yeah, word. I'm excited for it. I didn't actually check out too many trailers. There's kind of like too much stuff going on. Um, but I'm kind of excited for that. It's like something I get. Well, I can agree with you on this. Like, I wish that came out a couple of years ago. You know, like it's a little late for it. And I hope they don't miss their market. I hope that people aren't bored of it. You know, within a couple of months. But let's hope that they get out some cool features and you know, and one thing that pisses me off is that I went on a whole cross country road trip. So I could have caught like Geodudes up in the Rocky Mountains,
Yeah,
you know, and
you've gotten all the
Lapras,
Pokemon.
yeah, out on the West Coast, and you know, fucking
Yep, you gotta do it
Sandshrew
again.
in Arizona. Yeah, I guess I just gotta go again. Maybe I'll come visit you on a road trip to catch all the Pokemans. You'll
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
I'm gonna be the Pokemon master. Uh, but yeah, I'm totally down for Zelda and Nintendo. You know, they didn't come out with a bang, but they are totally in a world of their own. I think they're outside of these markets. I think Sony is too.
Yeah.
I think Xbox is like kidding themselves when they think that there's like still a console war because there's not. I don't think there is anymore. I think they're doing their own thing. Sony doesn't give a shit. They're doing their own thing, and Nintendo's always been like, Sony's starting to do the Nintendo thing. We're like, whatever, we're just gonna do our own thing, and
Yeah,
you know,
Nintendo has always been that, weird person, kid in the back who didn't care. The gothic all black, we're gonna just do what we want to do.
you whatever, you know, and still ended up becoming president of their company. Still ended up going off and doing things, right? So yeah. So good luck on you, Nintendo. I'll be coming back to them when the next console comes out, and possibly with the Wii U. Maybe I'll come in at the end of that life cycle. So one last thing we got to talk about that's not game related. Does anyone have any other games that they want to talk about? I think we went through just about all the conferences, all the big titles. Anything you guys want to add?
We've definitely missed some. I mean, Watch Dogs 2.
Yeah,
I'm
we'll
not
watch
even
Dogs
sure.
too.
But if you
Yeah.
want to talk about it,
Did you guys hear about
Not too excited,
Steep?
but
Steep?
No.
No, tell me about that.
maybe.
Steep, yeah, it's from Ubisoft. It looks like Ubisoft is just really going open world from here on out because you have the Division, you have the Wildlands coming out, Ghost Recon
Steep.
Wildlands, and then you
Mhm.
got Steep, which is another open world game, and it's going to be about snowboarding and skiing. So I guess
Yeah.
you have your,
Ooh.
you create your player, and you have this large open world, and missions or
mountain.
whatever. Yeah, just do whatever. But
It's like the SSX Tricky
SSX, yeah, yeah,
That sounds
but
awesome.
open world, yeah.
of the modern day.
Wow, I would play that. Damn. I love SSX Tricky. And I love any open
Mhm.
world game. I mean, you know, like the only problem with those is that it does become very map janitor-ish, and I tend to just get burnt out. I think maybe that's what happened with the Division 2. I was just like, all right, I can't do this anymore. It's the same thing over and over again, but I definitely check it out. That sounds awesome. There's
And
this one
speaking of
game,
that, there's the
Sean
the
Palmer's.
the update coming out for the Division Underground, where now all the subway area is going to be unlocked. So you have now the
Mm.
upper areas that we previously been able to roam, but now all the subway underground is going to be able to unlock and free roam there and kill all the enemies and search what's down there. So I'm hyped for
That's
that.
sick. Yeah, I'm not gonna get it, but I'd love to you'll have to give me a tour of, and I hope that these are big places, but Grand Central and Penn Station. I hope that you can shoot your way through those. That'd be fucking amazing. And I hope that they
Hell
keep a
yeah.
lot of the
Yeah.
stores, you know, that are down there. And like you could like fight along the Long Island Railroad and things like that. That'd be sick. That's cool.
Go to
man.
the Apple Store in Grand Central.
Yeah. I wonder. I wonder if they would like, you know, I don't know if they would put the Apple Store there proper, but I wonder if it'd be like, you know,
Mhm,
the
the
Pear
Pear Store.
Yeah. That'd be awesome. So, I mean, we'll check out with that, man. Whenever you're on stream, you know, when you download it, let us know, and I'll definitely watch it. So let's get to this
Yeah, I
new
think
Rooster
it
Teeth
drops in
show. I
like
think it's
10
gonna be
days or something.
word. I think we're gonna do this a little segment here because there's a new Rooster Teeth show called Day 5. We're gonna let Russo tell us about it. I'll let you know. But we're gonna be watching it together. So if you guys get a chance, I think you can. The first episode is gonna be free on Rooster Teeth's website, probably on their YouTube, and then after that, it's gonna be for Rooster Teeth subscribers. So if you guys are, you know, in the Rooster Teeth crew, let us know, and we'll all sort of watch it together. So, Russo, give us a synopsis of this Day 5.
So day 5, the whole idea is that for some reason one day, 3 a.m., everybody who's asleep dies, and only people that are awake have survived, and they have to try to stay awake to figure out what's going on and how to survive, I guess. So there's a couple different characters. There's a little kid named Sam. I think I probably forgot all their names, but there's a crack addict or a meth head that stays alive. I see Q pushing Kevin off on the stream. There's a night shift doctor. There's just a pilot. There's a bunch of these characters that have to get together and find ways to kind of stay awake and survive in this world where they can't fall asleep. And if you've ever tried to stay awake for a very extended period of time, things get a little loopy and difficult. You can start, I guess, hallucinating. It just gets crazy.
Okay,
and the show premieres on Sunday. It's free on roosterteeth.com. I don't think it's going to be up on YouTube because there's drug references and there's nudity. But this is, it looks like a little bit more of a serious live action show, which is interesting to come from Rooster Teeth. I'm very excited to watch it.
Yeah, it looks
and I actually
serious.
grabbed a couple of my friends. I'm going to hijack their Game of Thrones night, and we're going to watch day 5 before Game of Thrones comes out.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when you told me about it, and you're like, "Oh, it's Rooster Teeth," I just automatically assumed a comedy, and it's not. I mean, I'm sure there'll be comedic moments, but this looks like it's really like fully fledged, and the quality looks amazing.
They said it was kind of funny.
Okay, production value looks fantastic though.
It's produced by or directed. Go ahead.
No, would it be in the vein of what was the movie? This Is the End.
No, it's more serious.
A little bit less comic. Yeah.
That was way more comedy, like more leaning towards comedy, like for the point of being funny. The point of this is not to be funny; it's to be like more to figure out what the hell is going on. I think.
Mm-hmm.
And you said
that
it's
2
directed
by...
that between 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. that's considered the witching hour or the devil hour. So you said everybody that was asleep at that point probably got taken by the devil. I'm suspecting.
We'll see. First episode's on Sunday.
We'll see. Yeah.
Check it out. So next week, I think we'll do a little recap and then maybe try to get everyone to watch the next episode too, if you guys are down. The next episode, you need a subscriber account on Rooster Teeth, which the first 30 days are free, and I suggest you get it because their content is always great. It's definitely worth it. I think it's like $2.16 a week or something.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So it's not that bad.
Mm-hmm.
I'll check it out.
But it's directed by Josh Flanagan. He did a bunch of other series for them. I think he had a lot of directing to do with their movie Laser Team. He directed, what was it? 10 Little Roosters, which was very funny. Incorporated all the people in Rooster Teeth into every day there was a new episode where somebody died, a character, and you had to kind of guess how it was going to happen. It was like a who's the killer kind of play along series. It was very good.
Gotcha. Yeah, we'll definitely check that out, man. That sounds awesome. We'll do a little I hope in the future of Super Crouchcast that we can get like sort of like a game club going. We'll probably never get a book club going just because gamers tend to be not readers. But this will be the first of our little what should we call it, like TV series club. And yeah, Rooster Teeth puts out some pretty quality content, so I'm excited to see what goes on with this. All right, cool guys. So this has been Super Crouchcast number 6. Thank you all for listening to the 6th ever Super Crouchcast. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Supercrouchjump. That's all one word, and our SoundCloud, also Supercrouchjump, to get this podcast every week. Feel free to leave a like and a comment wherever and wherever you see fit. The support is really appreciated, and thank you to everyone that's been following us. So, yeah, lucky number 6, and next week we'll be doing 7. I think we're getting better at this, guys. We make this content for people as weird and as awesome as us. So, just keep checking us out. We'll keep talking about, things that interest us, and we love to have some dialogue with anyone that's listening. You can ask us any questions on those platforms that I mentioned before, or our Twitter at Team Super Crouch. So we can answer them on air, and we're going to try to kind of have a segment on that. Lastly, we're working on our RSS feed, so look out for us in the next coming weeks in your favorite podcast apps. So, yeah, you can listen to us best on YouTube, I think, is where we're always going to be. I am Pretty Smooth Flying Fox, and you can reach me on my Facebook page, And you can also reach me and tweet at me at PS Flying Fox. My game tag is Smooth Flying Fox on Xbox. It'll probably be the same on the PS4 or PS Scorpio when it comes out. Not Scorpio, sorry. PS Neo, whatever the fuck it's going to be when it comes out. So check that out. But hit me up on Xbox if you guys want to play some Destiny or some, Dark Souls PvP or whatever awesome game is out that is multiplayer. Russo, where can we find you?
Just message the Team Super Crouch Twitter and find me on Xbox Live under Russo.
Gotcha.
That's
And we
pretty much it.
will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we got and we'll be Russo will be tweeting out some stuff. We tweeted out the Iron Banana, the Rise of Iron DLC. I did a lot of work on that, and Russo will be tweeting out live tweeting some stuff about the new series we're watching, Day 5. So look out for that sort of content, any sort of drops that comes out that we're interested in. You know, this channel is not necessarily for the mainstream. Like, we're not trying to put out all the information out there, just the ones that we're interested in, and we hope that you guys are interested in the same sort of stuff. So yeah, check out that Twitter to just be updated on things. Q, where can we find you?
You can find me on the Xbox at the gamertag Q Stewart. That's QST3WART.
Awesome, guys. This has been Super Crouchcast number 6. Here's to 50 more, and don't forget to watch out for that room with the Shrine of the Silver Monkey. We're gonna get our announcer to bring us in every week. So, Kevin, you there?
Yes, I
Shout out
want
to Kevin
to.
for solid gameplay.
I want to thank everybody for watching Super Crouchcast number 6. Tune in next week as we have a great adventure ahead.
Super Crouchcast out. Yo, I gotta get you some like announcement music, like some crappy like 90s rap.